culture. So this is a message that I have to send to my mother, but since I have to put it on videotape and it's not textable, I figure why not share it with people? Maybe one day it'll help somebody else. What's happened at this point is that I will no longer perpetuate your self-hate for you. You don't like you very much, and everything about the way that you live your life says that. You get shoes from the Chinese place that are worth 50 cents. They don't fit. I offer you brand new ones and you won't take that. I offer you a trip and you won't go. Over the course of the past 2 years, I have done nothing but try to pour in love, and the more loving I become, the more hate I get back from you. You've told me don't call, don't text, don't come, you're not coming. What kind of relationship can I have with someone who says those things? And you've got to ask yourself, is that loving? If it was loving, it would have come from love. It didn't. The thing is, there's no love there. There's a lot of, I sacrificed and I suffered, but real love, unconditional love, the fruits of the Spirit, kindness, gentleness, faithfulness. I've asked you, do you think other people have those? And you've said no. If you can't see it reflected towards you, that means you don't have it in you. You can only see your reflection of what you actually are. And if you don't see faithfulness in somebody that's been next to you for 20 years, it's because you don't have faithfulness in you. If you don't see joy in someone who is happy, it's because you don't have joy in you. You see, like I say, it goes back to the Garden of Eden, which is where all of us Christians are trying to get back to, just to a life where I listen to God and do what he says. Done with all these outside distractions, the war within of what's good versus evil, done with the self-hate. Now, let me just see me the way God sees me and do what God wants me to do. You don't see you the way that God sees you. You see you as broken. You see you as unworthy. You were diminished. Now, I'm not talking bad about Grandma. I'm sure she's a great woman as well. But I also only know that people talked down on her, didn't treat her very well. And there's no doubt in my mind that that same mentality that was pressed on her girls is the reason why every single one of you ended up in some type of abusive relationship that your children are still having to deal with the issues of to this very day. What's taking place here is I'm no longer going to be dealing with that curse anymore. I am no longer going to be hating myself. And the more I began to like me, the more I began to love me, the more I began to give that up, I started to say, I should be getting that back. I'm giving care. I'm giving honor. I'm giving love unconditionally. Why isn't that coming back to me? But the thing is, the more authentic I became, the more truth telling, the more who I am, that I began to show up as that, the more hatred I got. So now we're here. You want any relationship that I have with you to reflect hate. Hate I no longer have. So I found myself saying, I can't invite her to the wedding. I'm not going to have her around with the kids. Every time she ends up traumatizing me by only thinking about herself, completely discounting me from the experience. And up until recently, I thought maybe I could do something to help fix that. Maybe I could get it right, but I realized there's no getting it right with someone who sees the world so wrong. I can't help you love yourself. But we've reached a level to where I'm not going to be able to help you hate anymore. Your self-hatred has gotten an impenetrable wall that I'm not here to break through. I'm not designed to break down or fix your image of you. You're the one that needs to go back to seeing you the way that God sees you. And I don't think you've ever done that in the entirety of your life. I don't even think you know that that's something that you need to try to do. And so God has told me to honor what you have asked for, which is don't call, don't text, don't come, I'm not coming. That is the woman that you are at this point. I know that you want to send me a message and ask me how I'm doing, but here's the thing. I don't care to get lulled back into those lies, that pacification. I'm not doing it. I know what I'm signing up for. And I've told you, I don't want to deal with that. It's not coming from a genuine place. It's like you tapping me on the shoulder to see if I'll respond to you. The answer is no. And if I don't, then I'm just that evil, evil one. I've had enough, lady. My whole life is about to change and be given to kids and be given to God and for his glory and all this other stuff. The last thing I need is my own mother trying to be the crab in the barrel bringing me down. Absolutely not. There is no man, no person that will get in the way of what God is doing in my life. And I'm no longer willing to put my energy towards trying to relieve somebody else's hate. You're the one that needs to learn how to love, not me. And I can't teach you that. Like I said, I went on a 7-year-long journey in order to get here. You got your own journey to go on, but you're trying to create more hate now by tapping me on the shoulder, asking me, see if I forgive you. Of course I do, but I cannot reconcile with someone who takes zero accountability for the things that they're doing to cause this level of separation. You have put me in a position. I don't need you in my life. I don't need this version of you that brings me nothing but stress and trauma. It is a cycle I am not willing to enter into, not one more time. So I'm not a mean person by not responding to you. I am giving you the relationship that you have planted the seeds for in the past 2 years. And you know how many different ways I have been there for you every single time you have planted some type of hate and separation. And that, unfortunately, is what you are growing right now, is the fruits of that. The fruits of don't call me, the fruits of don't talk to me, the fruits of don't come visit me, the fruits of I'm not coming to see you. And there's no way around that, because the same person who planted those seeds is the same one that keeps showing up. I've told you, when your heart changes, I will know that. And I will, of course, be here to welcome you with open arms and love you, but not a day sooner than that. This version of you that has caused me nothing but trauma, that I have had to spend the last 7 years of myself undoing, I'm not jumping back into that. It's like getting out of dirty water, taking a shower, then going back and getting in dirty water. Why would you do that? I have been cleansed of all of this. I'm not going back to the mud. I just made it out. I ain't going back. Have a blessed day, you guys.